People ask me all the time, Timur, you've got so many toys.
Whoa, that's insane!
What do you even do with all of them? Do they just sit there collecting dust on your shelves? Or are you building a giant toy robot out of them? And I always say, nope, I make a show with them.
Unseen realms.
Hobgoblin, stop right now, before I turn you into a flaming roast.
You are hilarious. Third night chasing me already. I am starting to think you just miss my company.
I only miss the silence you keep breaking with that screeching laugh.
Relax, Ryder. Very soon, you will hear silence. Not just silence. A nice, creepy, coffin-level silence.
Break now, before I turn your glider into scrap metal.
Scrap metal? Oh, buddy. If that is what you want, then catch my contribution to recycling.
Oh, crap!
Ooh, what a firework. Mind if I post this to my stories? I will call it Goblin Eco Recycling. Fast, loud, final, with style.
Damn it. Harold, buddy, I really need your help. You know where my second bike is. Bring it, please. You are the only one who can help me.
Wow, this is desperation. Calling your personal plumber now? Or are you crying to your big brother?
Hello, dear fans of the paranormal, the unexplained, and everything you really should not Google after midnight. I am Cosmo Kramer, and you are watching the second episode of Unseen Realms. The first episode already made some noise. Some people saw a UFO, some said it was editing, and some thought it was a new advertising drone. But we are not stopping. Tonight, we have new footage, new mysteries, and new conflicts that I would personally prefer not to get involved in. And right now, allow me to introduce our team of experts. First, Abraham Newman, our tireless skeptic. A man who will not believe his own eyes until he sees a panoramic image in such high resolution, it looks like it was filmed by orbital satellites.
I just like evidence. Let fantasy stay with writers.
Next, the man who saves us from falling into the abyss of terror with humor, Jerry Seinfeld. A comedian who can joke even about a poltergeist, as long as it does not start throwing furniture.
Well, it's nice to know someone in this room thinks I'm a savior. I thought the best I ever saved was a refrigerator from expired food.
And of course, our unshakable arbiter, Elaine Marie Benes, cold as fog in a forest, and fair as a receipt that actually matches the price tag.
If anyone here starts getting too heated, I will cool this discussion down in 1 second.
Since our ufologist Harold is currently working as a freelance hero, he will occasionally be replaced by other paranormal experts. So, tonight, we welcome a new guest, a man known as the emotional hurricane of ufology. He believes in the mystical so strongly that even his Wi-Fi picks up otherworldly entities. Please welcome George Louis Costanza, an independent UFO enthusiast with over 10 years of field investigations. A man who personally traveled to the sites of the strangest UFO incidents. He sees patterns where others see only chaos. And he defends his theories with such intensity that he sometimes overwhelms opponents with the sheer force of his arguments.
If anyone says something stupid like, "This is all editing," I will personally explain what a real mystery looks like.
Well, the atmosphere is already heating up, so let us move on before someone starts throwing chairs. Let us roll the first video of the evening and see what the Unseen Realms have prepared for us.
Unseen realms.
Alright gentlemen, here is the first video of tonight's episode. Passengers on an airplane captured something strange emerging from the clouds. The object appeared to hover vertically and made gentle tilting motions, almost as if it were warming up before a workout. Let us take a look.
No, it's not. What is it? Kerry, what is that? What is that? Kerry, what is that?
No idea. Don't move it.
Ladies and gentlemen, compliance with the European Union requirements for hand carry liquid. They remind our attractive customers that the following rules apply. Customers traveling from outside the European Union and are non-European airlines are only allowed to carry liquid and helium on plastic tubes covered and unidentified. A type of liquid will let us use pilots such as solid plastic and cigarette.
So, nothing new here. Optical illusion, atmospheric conditions, possibly the shadow of another aircraft, or incorrect exposure balance. I see nothing unusual.
You see nothing, Newman, because you look at the world like a dry theorist who has only seen tables and formulas his entire life. This is clearly not a plane and not a shadow. Have you ever seen a shadow that swings like a giant pendulum?
Listen, Mr. Costanza, this object does not even violate the laws of aerodynamics. It's just standing vertically.
Standing vertically? No, your brain is standing vertically. The object is moving. Smoothly. The angle changes. Show me one airplane that does that. Just one.
You know, guys, I'm thinking, if an alien spaceship actually showed up in the sky, sticking straight out of the clouds, it would at least blink its headlights at us. Like, hey, we're here. We come in peace. Please don't shoot.
Okay, no shouting. George, Newman, calm down. We are analyzing a video, not starting an air battle in the studio.
He's provoking me. I'm saying obvious things and he's talking nonsense. A vertical object moving inside clouds, and he thinks it's a shadow. What kind of shadow maneuvers?
All right, Mr. Costanza. Or maybe it's just an antenna, or a weather balloon, or a stick filmed against fog.
A stick? Are you serious right now? A stick, Newman? You believe in a small wooden miracle floating at 9 kilometers altitude? You've got a stick in your head, that's the problem.
That's it, Mr. Costanza. You're about to choke on that stick.
Easy, gentlemen. No physical contact, please. We have not even reached the second video yet. Elaine, give us your verdict, before this turns into World War III at cruising altitude.
Here's the verdict. The video is strange. The object moves smoothly, as if it's reacting to the wind, but its shape is too even, too geometric. It's not a bird, not a plane, and not debris. At this moment, the nature of this phenomenon remains unclear.
Thank you. Finally, one reasonable person in this room.
Fine. Let's assume it's not a shadow. Without additional data, this is still not evidence of aliens.
And I will prove it. I'll prove everything. Just wait for the next video.
Alright, moving on. But please, keep your hands to yourselves. Security is on vacation today. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, our second video tonight. A British air show, 2 military jets performing a maneuver, and suddenly, something round, black, and extremely fast flies past them. Let us watch.
Finally, something real. Look at the trajectory. This is the classic flying saucer profile. Smooth outline, no wings, no stabilizers, and the speed. My God, the speed is insane.
Here we go again. It could be anything. The object is small and very close to the camera, while the planes are far away. That's where the super speed effect comes from. Classic parallax, no magic.
What magic? This is physics. No drone can fly that smoothly and that fast next to two airplanes without losing course or causing vibrations. And it's not an insect. The shape is too precise, and no debris flies that stable.
If that thing is just debris, it's flying straighter than I drive on an empty highway.
It clearly has a defined oval shape, no wings, and no visible light signals. But we have no distance data. And without distance, we cannot determine size.
Exactly. It could be a small object flying just a few meters from the camera. That's it. You get the illusion of speed and size.
Newman, you just refuse to consider the obvious. If the object were small, it would lose stability. Airflow and turbulence would shake it violently. But it flies perfectly smooth, like a train on a perfectly laid track.
Well, it is Britain. Even UFOs behave politely there.
Alright, let's break it down by probability. Insect, about 10%. Airborne debris, around 30%. Small drone, 40%. Unidentified flying object, 20%.
20%, you say? Believe me, Elaine, if we had more angles, I would already be filing a report with an international UFO research center.
George, you would file a report on a dust particle if it flew at the wrong angle.
Excellent, hot, compelling, and in some moments, even suspicious. Moving on to the next video. Alright friends, we have new footage. Mexico. A man records a strange glowing object above the city. When zoomed in, it begins to resemble a bright triangle, as if made of pure light. Some will say it is an unusual cloud formation. Others will say it is a camera flare. But it looks, to put it mildly, strange. Let us investigate.
Puede que sea el día de la independencia hoy día, weón, va a quedar la cagada que se van a enfrentar, weón. O será Goku, weón, que está haciendo la Genkidama, weón. Mira, weón. Voy a darle todo el aumento por los 126, weón.
Maravilla.
Mira, 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 Cali, cómo se ve aquí en la pantalla. Ven a ver, culiao, mira cómo se ve aquí en la pantalla.
Qué weón.
Es un triángulo, weón, mira.
La Bermuda.
Ah, claro que sí, weón. Es un triángulo, weón, mira.
Sácale una foto, weón. Estoy grabando.
No sé, pues, weón.
Estoy grabando, sacando una foto.
Estoy grabando, weón. Mira, mira.
Está como en alto, sí, la wea, pues.
Sí, pues, weón.
This is serious. Look at the structure. It's not just glowing, it's pulsing, as if the surface is made of separate panels or segments. The glow runs along the perimeter, like the object is cooling down or overheating. And most importantly, it's triangular. Triangular craft are among the rarest sightings.
Look more carefully. This is just an unusual cloud with a very odd shape. See? The edges are blurry. The center is uneven. No clear lines. This is not a structure. This is the atmosphere playing with light.
What cloud, Newman? Have you ever seen a cloud maintain perfect geometry? Clouds are fluffy, soft, shapeless, not perfect glowing figures that look like they were designed by an engineer, not nature.
I once saw a cloud shaped like a hot dog, and to this day, I don't know. Was that a sign from above, or was my stomach sending out a distress signal?
And let's skip the food-based interpretations, okay? Look closely. The object does have a triangular outline, but it's unstable. It looks like it's drifting. This could be a camera distortion. The digital zoom is pushed to the limit. Pixels blur and change shape. But, on the other hand, the internal structure does not look like a cloud at all. The object appears uneven, almost layered.
Ah, claro que sí.
Es un triángulo, weón, mira.
Sácale una foto,
¿Qué
weón,
voy a
estoy
hacer,
grabando.
weón? No sé, pues, weón.
Estoy grabando, sácate una foto.
Estoy grabando, weón.
Elaine, this is sensor noise. The camera cannot handle the zoom.
Sensor noise does not create a stable glowing outline. It does not form a triangle wrapped in an even halo. But here we have a clear shape, slightly blurred, with light along the edges. That's too organized for noise. And Mexico is a hotspot for sightings. Plasmoids, spheres, triangles. They record them there all the time.
George sounds like an alien press secretary.
I'd watch that press conference.
Citizens of Earth, we come in peace. And we have just one question. Why is there a line for everything?
So let's summarize. It is unlikely to be a cloud. The shape is too stable and too precise. It does not look like a balloon either. A balloon would sway and drift with the wind, and it is unlikely to be a drone. The object is too large and too bright. Triangular drones are rare in general.
Fine. Let's say it's not a cloud. I still see no evidence that this is alien technology. In my opinion, it's just a weird thing in the sky. That's all.
Yes, progress.
This is truly one of the most unusual UFO specimens I have seen in my entire life. Moving on. Now a case from Belgrade. People are filming the evening sky when suddenly a bright red diamond appears. It seems to glow from within.
There it is! A real UFO. Look at the bright glow along the edges. It feels like some kind of energy circuit is active. This is not a cheap flashlight, not a lost balloon. This is technology.
George, everything you said is emotional observation. There are simple explanations. A drone with powerful LEDs, a spotlight, or light reflecting off a building.
Simple explanations are your mantra, but there is no logic in them. A drone? What kind of drone is that, damn it? No rotors, no mounts, none of that junk. Newman, maybe for once you should look up instead of staring at statistics.
I can already see the announcement. Tonight in Belgrade, UFO light show. Free entry, but please keep your distance if you don't want to get irradiated and turn into glowing bunnies.
Let's set emotions aside and look at the facts. We see a diamond-shaped object, deep red in color, with a noticeable light halo. It appears to be hovering in place. There is no obvious movement. The main problem is something else. We have no data on scale or distance. Without that, we cannot tell if the object is large or small, or how close it is to the camera.
Exactly. Optical effects from heavy zoom and digital compression often create clean geometric shapes. The red color can be an exposure artifact.
An artifact? You just refuse to see what's right in front of you. They shine that brightly on purpose to hide the spacecraft behind the light. Brightness-based camouflage, a classic tactic. You should read reports instead of checking tables.
From my perspective, we should first consider the most grounded explanations. Drones, spotlights, filming artifacts. These explain videos like this far more often than people think.
It flickers like a giant Christmas ornament on a tree. You can almost feel the holidays approaching.
Unseen realms.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, what you are about to see was previously observed over the Kremlin, over the pyramids of Giza, and now in Costa Rica. Mysterious, inverted, pyramidal objects.
This is what I've been talking about for 10 years. They repeat the shape of Earth pyramids, but inverted. It's a sign. Mirror geometry, symbolic contact.
George, come on. It's a regular triangular drone. Homemade. The camera angle creates the illusion of an upside-down pyramid. There is no symbolism here. Just bad optics and overactive imagination.
Are you serious? Drones do not hover perfectly still over the Kremlin, and they do not appear over Giza and Costa Rica in the same Egyptian pyramid shape. That's a global route.
Maybe it's a tourist. An alien tourist. Booked the package deal. The Kremlin, the pyramids, Costa Rica. All inclusive. And that upside-down pyramid is his suitcase. It didn't fit in the cabin, so now it's flying separately.
It's possible. Very possible. This object is far too stable.
Stable, you say? Of course it's stable. Because it's just a small object hanging on a string, or a hook. Or the video was shot through a car window. This kind of thing gets passed off as a sensation all the time.
Abraham, can you admit something is unexplained just once in your life? Just once?
Of course I can explain it, but not for you, and definitely not for a plastic triangle dangling in fog over a desert.
Yeah, sure. Plastic pyramid. Tourists were arguing about who could throw a souvenir the farthest, and boom! An Egyptian keychain straight into the stratosphere.
Wait, let's try to break this down properly. First, the shape matches an upside-down pyramid. Second, similar objects have been reported in different countries. Third, we have no data on size, movement, or the original source of the recording.
See? Even Elaine confirms it. This is not a keychain and not a drone. The same object behaves the same way in different parts of the world. That's not coincidence. That's a pattern. And behind every pattern, there is intelligence.
Exactly. It confirms the phenomenon is unidentified. It does not say, aliens have arrived. Do not confuse calm analysis with your hallucinations.
George, if aliens really wanted contact, they'd at least drop you a ladder from that upside-down pyramid. Not just hang there upside down and mess with you.
I'll tell you this. One day you will all remember my words. For now, this is a clear, geometric, technological structure of non-Earth origin.
Alright, before we completely drift into space, let us dive into another mystery. The mystery of the ocean depths. Space is full of enigmas, but have you ever wondered how well humanity has explored its own planet? Beneath kilometers of water, in the absolute darkness of the ocean depths, phenomena have been recorded that still have no clear explanation. Tonight, we will talk about the so-called croakers, mysterious underwater objects that baffled military forces and scientists for decades. Please direct your attention to the screen.
They were called croakers, not because of their shape, not because of how they looked. In fact, no one had ever seen them. The name came from the sound, a strange, repetitive signal, something that resembled croaking, but it did not sound alive. It sounded metallic, artificial, as if some unknown mechanism was operating deep beneath the ocean. These signals were first detected by Soviet submarines in the North Atlantic and Arctic waters. Later, submarines of the United States Navy began reporting the exact same phenomenon. But the most disturbing part was not the sound itself, it was the behavior of its source. The croakers acted as if they were being controlled. They approached submarines, then followed them on a parallel course. Sometimes they fell behind. Sometimes they closed the distance again. At times, they changed direction suddenly. No known marine animal behaves like this around submarines. But that was not all. Submarines switched to maximum silent mode. They shut down everything they could. And yet, the croakers stayed with them, as if they were conducting surveillance. That was when the military decided to go further. Soviet submariners attempted to send a return signal on the same frequency. They received an answer. It was not an echo. It was a structured response, with metallic resonance and vibration, as if an unknown mechanism was operating somewhere in the depths. No animal can operate on a fixed frequency. No animal can consciously respond to a signal, and certainly, no animal can alter that signal as if it were generated by electronics. This is where things become truly strange. The USSR was convinced this was secret American technology. The United States believed it was a Soviet device. But later, it became clear. Neither side had anything like it. Moreover, in the 1960s and 1970s, the technology simply did not exist to build autonomous underwater drones with such capabilities. Not in range, not in maneuverability, not in the ability to escort submarines for hours. So what was it? Unknown technology? An experiment gone wrong? Or something we still understand far less than we think?
These are the strange underwater sounds, my friends. And now the main question. What do you think this really was?
Oh yes, sure. Metallic frogs. Most likely these are simple acoustic disturbances. Sound reflection in a thermocline. Seawater is a complex and unpredictable medium, and that the submarine getting a response. Anything could have happened. A whale sneezed. Pressure shifted. Equipment malfunctioned. That's it. No metallic creatures.
A whale? Abraham, whales do not respond on the same frequency. These things followed submarines, parallel course, for hours. An animal will not closely escort a submarine in silent mode. Has anyone ever seen a whale going like this?
All right, guys, maintain an 800-meter distance. Stealth mode on. No surfacing. Stay sharp.
If a whale could maintain a parallel course for several hours, it would have already gotten a promotion in the Navy.
Captain Storm Whale reporting. Target is moving steadily.
But here's what I really want to know. If these so-called croakers are so advanced, why do they sound like a metallic frog? Did they go with the budget sound module?
Wait a second. Is there even a single confirmed case where a croaker responded to a signal intentionally? I mean, real recordings, observation logs, crew reports.
Yes, and not just one case. Back in the 1970s, a submarine transmitted an acoustic response signal, and the croaker sent a signal back. It had a metallic vibration, as if a mechanism was operating inside. This was documented in acoustic journals. Both the USSR and the United States were convinced it was enemy technology. Then both sides discovered they were not involved. So what was it? Frogs from another reality?
All right, Kramer. Let's be clear. There was a document. There were strange signals. But jumping to, this is an underwater civilization, is a leap into a pit the size of space. There are thousands of noises in the ocean, and no one claims we fully understand all of them.
Well, nobody said we're alone down here. Croakers could be scouts or automated devices of an ancient civilization.
All right, let's stick to facts. Fact 1. The object responded to signals. Fact 2. Its movement was not chaotic. It appeared controlled. Fact 3. None of the major world powers have admitted that this is their technology. That means one thing: we have no explanation. Neither a simple one, nor a mystical one. And until we do, both interpretations remain valid.
Alright then. We classify croakers as underwater objects of unknown nature that demonstrate interest in human technology. And honestly, that is somewhat comforting. It would be much worse if they showed interest in my bank account. And now, friends, prepare your ears. Because next, you will hear underwater sounds, recorded by oceanologists at extreme depths. Each of them sounds as if somewhere on the ocean floor, a giant creature lives, or an unknown industrial station is operating. So, what do you say, gentlemen?
My conclusion is very simple. Ice, 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 and ice again. Everything we heard can be explained by massive ice friction, magmatic activity, and underwater fractures. The sounds may seem technical because the ocean is a perfect resonator.
Abraham, are you mocking me? Ice! What ice? Did you hear, train? What is that? An iceberg riding on rails? And slow down. Ice that slowly decelerates?
Whoa, guys. Easy. Let's slow it down a bit.
Did you even listen to those sounds? That's technical vibration. That's mechanics. Bloop is a massive source. If it's alive, it's the size of a skyscraper. And if it's a machine, humans did not build it.
Now, one by one, train does sound mechanical, but its source is unknown. Slowdown was detected by thousands of hydrophones at the same time, which means the source was enormous. Bloop is one of the loudest underwater anomalies in recorded history. Upsweep is a recurring seasonal sound, and its origin is still unexplained. So, what's the conclusion? Yes, there are ice-related theories, but none of them explain everything at once. And they definitely do not explain why some of these sounds seem intentional.
Exactly. Why does Upsweep appear in the same seasons? Why does slow down sound like something enormous, gradually reducing speed? Why does train sound like an engine, not ice cracking? And Bloop sounds like a giant dragon roaring on the ocean floor. So what is it? Who or what?
George, if there were a giant mechanism on the ocean floor, the ocean would have boiled by now. At the very least, we would have found a bolt the size of a bus on the beach.
And what if it's actually alive? Imagine the headline. Scientists discover a giant squid the size of Manhattan. People wouldn't panic. They'd immediately ask, so, how many sushi portions is that?
The Pacific Ocean is the largest, and yet the least explored body of water on the planet. We know less about it than we do about Mars. And if sounds rise from its depths, that resemble a speeding train, or a massive engine slowing down, or something colossal striking the water with immense force, who are we to immediately say, it is just ice? I believe something is there. Either a form of life we are not yet capable of understanding, or traces of activity that existed long before humanity.
Unseen realms.
And finally, a story from Kemerovo, a Russian city. A local resident claims that in a forest, at the site of an alleged UFO crash in 2018, he found a strange fragment of glass. Here is the most curious part. When he lifts the glass toward the sky, unidentified objects allegedly become visible through it. Lower the glass, the sky is clear. Raise it again, the UFOs return. Coincidence? An optical effect? Or something far stranger? Let us see for ourselves.
Кусок стекла. Убираю стекло. Оп. 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 Смотрите. Видно, нет? А теперь смотрите прикол.
Oh my god, this is just a piece of glass from AliExpress. Look at this. It's the most basic photo filter. A piece of glass that catches glare and reflections. The camera films through it, and light spots appear. Remove the glass and the UFOs disappear. What crash? What technology? This isn't Photoshop or a conspiracy. It's just light reflection.
Do you even understand what you're saying? This is an artifact. An artifact. Technology that does not belong to Earth. We are seeing a craft through glass. This is not a reflection. There is a silhouette. Are you blind?
Yes, George, of course. A secret flying saucer shown only to selected residents of the Kemerovo region. And the glass, obviously, runs on quantum nanoparticles from Martian Cyclops. Then explain this to me, genius. Why is the UFO not visible without the glass? Did the aliens sign an exclusive contract with this glass?
Because it's camouflage, stealth, masking. This is technology you cannot even imagine, let alone understand. And you know what? You are a blind cynic. You would call a real alien an albino with a skin condition.
And you'd call a regular balloon the flagship of the Galactic Federation.
Well, great. The world's first fistfight over a shiny piece of glass from Kemerovo. Congratulations. We've officially hit rock bottom, the deep sea bottom.
Security, security. Now, break them up immediately. They're about to kill each other.
What security? They are on vacation. In the Himalayas. With yogis.
That's it. Separate. Now. George. Newman. I said separate.
To you, Even a microwave is alien technology.
And for you, anything more complex than a toaster manual is immediately fake or edited.
I say we make them both a nice cup of tea before they kill each other.
As you can see, our participants are so passionate about their theories that they are ready to move from ufology straight into UFC. Well then, dear viewers, the world is full of mysteries, people are full of emotions, and the truth, as always, lies somewhere in the middle. See you in the next episode.
Well, well, fire breather. Looks like your emergency crew is not coming. One more pumpkin and you are nothing but ashes.
Harold, where are you?
What the?
Whew, just in time. You could have warned me that your backup bike shifts gears on its own. I almost flew into the clouds.
Harold, you are the best.
Here, take your flaming chain.
That Halloween dummy is about to get smashed.
Guys? Wait a second. I was just joking. Do you not understand humor? No, wait. Anything but that.
Great throw, Ryder. That chain swatted him off the glider like a fly off a chandelier.
Welcome to the ground, Halloween victim. Stay down. Do not move.
Damn you, Harold. If it was not for him, I would have won.
And that's it. 2 minutes of work. If you get into trouble again, call me. I am nearby.
Harold, hero for hire.
Mirrors on the floor reflect my face in cracks. Shattered glimpses of a time that vanished in the black. The moonlight crawling through these blinds, but it won't stay. Whisper voices in the dark, they lead me astray. Fractured memories screaming loud inside my mind. Pieces of the past that time won't ever let me find. A pain that echoes through the halls where shadows play. Every shot of yesterday cuts me in its way.